Welcome too late to the show. I'm your host, Prophet74. Today we're going to bring in an update to upgrade your machine to get it to a Type C in case you want to add your USB 3.0s and you don't have one currently on your system and you want to keep it, you want to update it to the next generation. This is a perfect option. Now this card is a lot faster transfer rate too. You know, we're talking about 10 gigabytes per port. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys what's included in here and how to set it up. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know and let's go ahead and unbox. All right, so we got the card here, and of course this card has only 2 connections, but they actually have 4 now. They actually have more ports, and these are 3.0 USB Type C connections in here. And in order to get this one working and power up, you need additional power from your actual power supply. And I'm going to demo you guys how to connect this and how to show you a little demo how to everything works. All right, so let's go ahead and start with a little demo first of all. So here's the card itself. There's 2 USB Type C connections in here, and very simple, very easy. A lot of these computers require now, a lot of the hardware require these connections now, and you want to make sure you upgrade your motherboard. This is a simple solution, simple way. So let's go ahead and open it up. Or if you want to add to the additional connections you currently have, this is a great way. So let's go ahead and bring it up and see what you need to do. You got your motherboard in place, and I'm going to use this for references only. Basically, on your motherboard, what you got to do is you got to find a slot that you have it. And most of the times we have a lot of these slots open, but you're going to require power on these slots. So once you find a slot open, you find your PCIe slot open, and of course you have that little snips in here. We're going to go ahead and connect it from here. On the second part of it, you need your power supply. Your power supply is very important because if you have a power supply, you have to have your SATA power connection, and you need this to power this card because alone it will not turn on. So once you have that connection in here, you find your SATA connection in here and the side of it, and you just plug it in. It's basically you follow the L shape. So what you need to do is you follow the L shape connection and you just plug it in, and that's it. That's part of the motherboard. Now, if you don't have a long of a cord, they do have this extension for it, so you could actually plug it in. And also, it's included in the box. They give you like maybe half a foot of a connection, so enough to transfer to the corner, around the corner. But you do need to connect. So from the power supply, you need to sacrifice 1 slot of SATA power into the system. Now you do need to sacrifice a PCIe slot in order to get this card working. So once you got the slot open, you have 10 gigabyte transfer on each USB Type C. Now that means that you could do a transfer rate from computer to computer if you have the hardware. Or if you don't, then you could probably power up other systems. You know, a lot of people have these Type C USB connections on their phones. You could plug it in, have additional connections on their motherboard, and bring it up to date on the system. Now, a lot of video cards are starting to come out with Type C connections for transferring rate to the video display. So a lot of monitors in the future are going to have only Type C, or maybe even change it option. So this is a great option to upgrade your computer instead of buying a whole new motherboard, and you want to upgrade your motherboard to the next level. This could be it. But like I said, you are going to require a power connection, a SATA power connection, and then a slot, a PCIe slot, in order to make this work. If you don't have that, then it's not recommended. And then as you can see, the card is very simple to connect. There's a SATA connection in here. Simple to just plug it in, and they do come on a little extension for it, but it's not enough. Sometimes they do have a different, if you don't have a type SATA connection power, they do have a connection for the 4-pin transfer. So there is a transfer cable to transfer into the SATA connection. All right, so we got this connection in case you have the 4-pin connection. So you have this on your motherboard. They have these converters, all right, to SATA. Very simple to buy. They're inexpensive, under $3 sometimes. Depends on who you're buying from. I bought this from Amazon. So it also comes with the USB too. One of the USBs they have included in there. So what you do is you basically just connect this power, which is the power supply that we have in here, and you plug it in here. You connect it there, and that's pretty much what it is. You power it up, your USB 4-pin converter to the SATA converter, and then you have your power on. So if you have any questions, let me know. Now let's compare these two. There's 2 other USBs. There's a 3.0 and 3.1. 3.0 USB, you do need the older connection in here. This one, you need the SATA connection on one. 4-pin connection on the other one, and they pretty much work on the PCIe slot. They both work the same, but different connections, of course, you know, depending on what your systems demand. If you need USBs, more USBs, you could add it to a slot. If you need type C's, you could add it to a slot too. So great options they have for sale these days to upgrade your motherboard to the next level. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. I'm your host, Prophet74, and we're out.